Hi, my name is Ozzy, and this is my wife, Stephanie. We're both realtors and we're business owners.
And we just wanted to bring you along with our journey as a married couple, owning different businesses together, and to share with you what we learn along the way.
Awesome. What are you doing? Cheers. Got passport.
Cute. All right.
Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I went to school to study electrical and controls engineering. It is what I always envisioned myself doing for my career. I did want to become an electrical engineer, and I definitely saw myself pursuing this in a corporate setting. And that led me to a career with a Fortune 50 company in which I thought was going to be the company that I was going to stay with for the rest of my career. I quickly progressed through the ranks. I started off as an application engineer, then went into an estimating role. Then from there, I actually took on a sales role. I thought that was going to be the continuation of my career. So I decided to go back to school and get my master's in business administration.
So I actually was not quite as business oriented when I first started out my career. I actually had always been a music performer, singing, playing different instruments, that kind of thing. I enjoyed theater. So that's what I went to school for. So I do have a degree in that. So after college then, I was working in several different types of theaters, different small local theaters, and also large theater companies in the area. And in those, I started to have different customer service type experiences where I found I really loved being able to help out customers and provide a good experience for them. And then I also was working more on the business end of things with some smaller startup companies, and I found that I really enjoyed making those successful and working more on the logistical business side. And then when we were married and decided that we wanted to buy our first house, I became good friends with our realtor at the time. And she started mentoring me and us and just became a really important part of our lives. And we would go out to coffee and she would say, hey, what do you think about getting into real estate? Do you think that that'd be something that you would consider? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know what that lifestyle would be like, but the more that I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I think that that's the perfect fit between the customer service and helping people and also running a business and doing the paperwork and the logistical side of things. So I ended up getting my license, and I was an agent while he was doing his MBA. And that, I just found that I fell in love with it. It was the perfect fit for me and for my personality. And then you decided to join me.
Yeah. So while she was getting some guidance from her mentor, we were going back and forth on some conversation on whether or not this was going to be a viable career in a future business for herself. And at the same time, I was struggling to really think about what would be, my future career. And, we always had many ideas to become our own business owners and entrepreneurs. But that ended up being a thing where I looked at some of the opportunity and some of the potential, especially in our area. It looked like real estate was a great option to start a business. So I definitely supported that idea. So as soon as she got her license, we looked for different ways to maximize her output, and definitely looked for different ways to make sure that she was going to be able to do this on her own eventually. She started off on a team. Which we can get into that sometime later if you guys are more interested. But once I saw that Stephanie was starting to really pick it up on her own business, and she was really starting to understand the real estate market, I really saw it as an opportunity to go into it myself with her. It wasn't the business that I thought I was going to be running, but it was something that definitely I was interested in doing. Real estate for me, I saw as a way to really grow in business, and I saw it as an opportunity to even expand upon just being an agent, which we'll get into shortly. I ended up getting my license, and shortly after getting my license, I left my company and decided that I was going to join her full time. It was definitely a tough decision.
So when Ozzy joined real estate, then we decided to actually start our own team, and that became what our business together initially is. And so we added several different agents and some staff onto our team, and that's something that I really love doing. I really like mentoring other people, and that's something that I've always kind of grown to know about myself, so I get to train them, see them be successful and grow in their business, and then just also be able to be supportive to them and share along the way, what I've learned, so that then they can kind of stand on those shoulders and move forward with that. And then Ozzy started doing more like flipping of different houses and I don't know, do you want to talk further on that?
After we finished renovating our own house, I definitely saw the opportunity, and I found it to be a lot easier than I expected. I found it to be a lot more enjoyable than I expected. So then we took on our next project, which was actually one of our rental units. We took that property, we turned it around, we updated the whole house, and that process has been continuing, and we will continue doing that as well.
So now that we have several different businesses, we have a son, we've really kind of started this entrepreneurial journey, and we know that our journey isn't done yet. We're definitely continuing to grow, see what other opportunities are out there. And so we thought it would be really cool just to be able to share our different stories with you, what we learn along the way, and have you actually come along the journey so that we're not just telling the story when we're done. Like, you can actually watch the whole process. And so please feel free to ask us any questions that you have, comment with any questions you have, or different videos that you want to see about our journey.
If you would like to hear more about our story and follow us on our journey, please like and subscribe and continue to see what we're up to next.
Cheers.
Okay. Cut! Put your cup down.